No Israelite in their right mind would think, oh, my child that died young or in childbirth, or my parent or my grandparent, oh, they have the same attributes as the God of Israel, because we call them all Elohim.
How do we know that the writers of these biblical passages weren't thinking about a specific set of attributes when they used the word Elohim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a logical question and a good one. The short answer is if you actually look up all the places where Elohim is used by biblical writers, which, I guess if you have insomnia, this would be a good thing to do because there's like 2,300 times. You can look these up in a concordance or whatever, and that's the sort of thing that people like me do. You see pretty quickly that biblical writers will use Elohim of other entities or other things besides the God of Israel. Now that alone tells you that if I'm a biblical writer, I use Elohim to describe this other thing in the spiritual world, that I can't be referring or thinking about the term as though it referred to a specific set of unique attributes, because now I've just added another being that has those attributes in addition to the God of Israel. That's not what they're doing. So Elohim has to, out of the gate, mean something else. Let me give you a few examples. You have, of course, in Psalm 82:1, you have Elohim, the God of the Bible, the first one. Then you have this other group of Elohim who are the sons of the Most High, okay? And since there's only one Most High in biblical thought, that they'd be the sons of God, all right, the sons of the God of the Bible. So that's a separate group. If you go to passages like 1 Kings 11:33, certain deities of the nations, Chemosh, okay, one of the gods of Canaan, is called Elohim. Okay, Asherah, Elohim. So you can't have the biblical writers looking at a foreign deity, one of the strange gods, to use Moses' language, and say, well, you have the same attributes as the God of Israel. That just doesn't work. Okay, 1 Samuel 28:13. This is the famous story of Saul and the witch, or the medium at Endor, where God won't, answer Saul's prayers anymore. So he's upset. Things are looking bad with the Philistines, and so somehow he has kicked out all the mediums, but he knows where to find this one. Okay, he finds this woman, goes into her house. She doesn't know who he is, and he says, "I want you to conjure up Samuel for me. I have a question." And we're not told what she does, but whatever she does, works, because she gets startled when she actually sees Samuel. And then all of a sudden it clicks in her head, no, wait a minute, you must be Saul, and this is a trap, and I'm in trouble. You're going to put me to death or whatever. And Saul says, don't worry about it. What do you see? What does he look like? And so if you actually read the passage, the woman says, I see Elohim coming up out of the ground. Again, the underworld, okay? And we know it's just one because Saul asks, what does he look like? And so she describes him. And Saul's like, yep, that's the guy. Okay, and then they have a conversation. And in that conversation, there's material that we know as readers of the book of 1 Samuel that Samuel had said, things about Saul and so on and so forth. So for sure, you're not going to get the disembodied human dead with the same attributes as the God of Israel. No Israelite in their right mind would think, oh, my child that died young or in childbirth, or my parent or my grandparent, oh, they have the same attributes as the God of Israel. Because we call them all Elohim, just like the gods of the nations. No one's going to be thinking about that. In fact, the way you sort of get the theology that we have, the uniqueness of the God of the Bible, is that God is described in certain ways. It's not about the word Elohim. The attributes are not wrapped up in this one term. God is described in certain ways, again, omniscient, omnipotent, all these things, and those things, those attributes, those abilities are specifically denied in certain passages to other gods, other Elohim. So our theology is intact, our theology is good, but it's not bound to this one word, Elohim. And that's the problem when we're looking at Psalm 82.